recordar. Recordar can mean to remember something or someone. So just to remember, just to remember. Very easy. That's one of the basic meanings of this verb, to remember, recordar. So let's look at some examples using this verb. ¿Te acuerdas de mí? ¿Te acuerdas de mí? This is a very good question, by the way. And the meaning is, do you remember me? So if you want to say, do you remember me in Spanish, you can say, ¿te acuerdas de mí? ¿Te acuerdas de mí? So let's break this down. Let's see how this question works. Te is a pronoun, by the way. Te is a pronoun and it means you. Pretty much just it means you. Sometimes it means yourself as well, but essentially it's a reflexive pronoun and it means you, okay? You. So in this situation, we have you here, okay? You. We're not saying tú, right? We're not saying tú because that also means you. We use te, okay? And this is very common to do when asking questions in Spanish. You use te. ¿Te acuerdas de mí? ¿Te comiste mi pastel? Did you eat my cake? ¿Te gustaría ir al restaurante? Would you like to go to the restaurant? So te is very important if you want to ask someone if they want to do something, or if, for example, they remember something in the situation. But te is very useful for sure. And in this situation, it's very similar to saying do you, okay? Te acuerdas. This is the verb that we're learning today. And it means remember. Do you remember? Te acuerdas. And when you want to add more to the verb recordar, after the verb recordar, you can use de. Do you remember? And you're going to add more. ¿Te acuerdas de? Okay, because you can also ask, ¿te acuerdas? And that means, do you remember? Okay, but if you want to add more, then you can add de. ¿Te acuerdas de? We don't have it in English, of course, because English is a different language. And in this situation here, we want to ask if you remember me. Me. ¿Te acuerdas de mí? With an accent mark on top of the letter I, by the way, because if it doesn't have it, then it means my. Mi libro, my book. ¿Te acuerdas de mí? Same pronunciation, by the way. The intonation doesn't change when saying me. And me with the accent mark means me. Okay, me. ¿Te acuerdas de mí? Do you remember me? Okay, so this is a very, very good question. Of course, you can change this to anything else because remember, recordar can be used to say to remember something or someone. In this situation, we are talking about someone, but you can replace this with something else. For example, ¿te acuerdas de mi casa? Okay. ¿Te acuerdas de mi casa? This is a different me, same pronunciation as the previous one, but this one doesn't have the accent mark, and that means my. Casa means house. ¿Te acuerdas de mi casa? Do you remember my house? So this is something, right? This is something. We are asking the person, do you remember this place or this house? Okay, so it's interesting. It's very simple, but it's good to know that you can use that verb for both things, some things and in general people. Okay, now let's look at another example using the verb recordar. Okay, let's see what we have here. ¿Recuerdas el viaje? Another question. Del año pasado. ¿Recuerdas el viaje del año pasado? This means, do you remember last year's trip? That can happen too. In this situation, we are talking about something that happened. So you can use recordar for that as well. So the question, let's break it down. ¿Recuerdas? ¿Tú recuerdas? Oh, by the way, this is acordar. This is a different verb. Oh my God, I just realized that I used a synonym here. Okay. Okay, so you can say that, ¿te acuerdas, by the way? Or you can say, ¿me recuerdas? Okay, so this question changes. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. But now you know another verb, acordar. Acordar can also mean, it has quite a few meanings, that other verb. But it sounds similar to recordar. And acordar can also mean remember, to remember. Okay, so I'm sorry about that. I'm going to change this. Me recuerdas. It's a bit different. It's a bit different. The question is a bit different. If I say, let me just change this back to ¿te acuerdas de mí? If I use recordar here, ¿te recuerdas? ¿Te recuerdas de mí? It sounds a little odd. It sounds odd. I mean, the person, if you say this to someone, they will understand you. But more common way to say, do you remember me, using the verb recordar is me recuerdas. Okay, and that means, do you remember me? Okay, we're not using te. Okay, we're using just me, which means me. Okay, me as well. It's a different pronoun. And recordar here, oh my God, recordar here gives away that you're talking about you. Okay, you, tú recuerdas. Okay, tú recuerdas. We don't need tú, we need just recuerdas. So remember, me recuerdas, me recuerdas, and that means we don't have, in Spanish, we don't really have do you, will you, did you, we don't have that, the do, okay? So this is, I mean, it's not present, but it's kind of, it's the translation, do you remember me? Me recuerdas? Do you remember me? I'm so sorry. I don't know why I didn't see that. I didn't see that at all. But yeah, you can use the verb recordar, okay, for the same situation and for the same question. Okay, recuerdas. Let's move on. Recuerdas. Recuerdas. Again, tú recuerdas. We don't need tú or you, nor do you, okay? But recuerdas is similar to saying, do you remember? Recuerdas. And then el means the, okay? We don't have it in English, viaje. Viaje means trip. Okay. Del año pasado. Del is similar to the apostrophe S in English. And año means year. Pasado, last. Okay. ¿Recuerdas el viaje del año pasado? Do you remember last year's trip? Okay. So that's what we're asking here. And oh boy, I feel so bad that I I had a different verb before, but I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Anyways, so recuerdas is a very good use of the verb recordar, and it means do you remember? Okay, recuerdas means do you remember? My God, I don't know what's wrong with my brush. Today, I'm having just things happening to me. But anyways, ¿recuerdas el viaje del año pasado? Do you remember last year's trip? Anyways, remember, recordar means to remember. That's like the basic, oh, I know why. I know what's happening. Okay. Recordar means to remember. And we could be talking about something. It could be events, it could be places, it could be houses and other things, some things, or it could be people, someone. Okay, so just keep that in mind.